And when then do you think that third party would be competitive? Would it be in 2028?
It depends on conditions. I think if if the country is facing increasing challenges across the board, it just whets the appetite for wanting to develop an alternative. And what we might see in the 2026 midterm election is the rise of some independent candidacies in certain target states. And a lot of focus will be on those campaigns, Brittany, to see if they can actually be competitive in an off year. And if so, I think 28 might be the first time in American history where there could be not two vital choices, but potentially three.
And when you're thinking about the voters who would gravitate towards that third party, who are you thinking about? Are you thinking more Republican, Democrats, split? What does that look like?
Younger voters to begin with. I mean, one of the things I think Democrats are fearing the most about this year is the defection of younger voters from being more reliably Democrat. And that was a big part of the 2020 election success of Joe Biden. I think they fear that greatly. They also have had an ebbing to some degree of enthusiasm, the Democrats among African Americans and Hispanics. That concerns them. The big thing they had, of course, in 20 and even more so in 22 were women, especially suburban women. But the number one issue for suburban women is not going to be abortion in 24. The number one issue will be the economy and the future. And I think that's where it gets a little bit more difficult for the current administration because I think this is going to be, as it was in 16, Brittany, a referendum on the status quo. The status quo right now is a Democrat in the White House.
It's interesting that the biggest issue is going to be the future when we're really talking about the past, the deja vu of 2020. But when we're looking at tonight, I know you believe it is inevitable. What should we be looking out for aside from Manchester? What needs to be on our radar?
Just simply the size of victory, the margin. This is one where expectations drive a lot of reality. The expectation right now, which wasn't in play, by the way, even 10 days ago, 14 days ago, you saw some of the polls tightening in New Hampshire to the point where Nikki Haley, I think, was within 8 points, striking distance of the former president. But the expectation now is it's going to be a big win for Donald Trump. If it's less than that, maybe there will be a conversation after tonight. If it's that or more, and this is a terrible thing for all the political junkies out there. We want this to keep going until the convention, and even then, have an interesting convention. I think for all intents and purposes, it's over, and Joe Biden and Donald Trump will be facing off against each other, not after the conventions, but right now.